I have done that. There we go. So welcome everybody. My name is Cindy Mattingly, and today we're going to be talking about creating your own affirmations. And I'm just going to give you it's the paragraph off of the website, but it really leads us into affirmations. And this is my take, of course, but an affirmation is a solemn declaration that serves the same purpose as an oath. So what does an oath mean? You're promising something, that kind of idea. So you want to be mindful of an affirmation isn't just an empty sentence. It carries juice, it carries energy, it carries vibration. The statement asserts a truth. And this is again a vibration. Truth, what does that really mean to you? Well, is it a truth that you know to be true already? Is it a truth that you want to be true? Is it something the truth is, maybe you're going to make a statement like, I want to be happy. And that's the truth that you're trying to connect with and affirm. But I want, and we're going to talk about the words, I want to be happy isn't really an affirmation. And it's also it's wiggly. It hasn't got a real clarity to it to give you the power that you're looking for in an affirmation. So we're going to be looking at those words, and I really invite you to use your piece of paper that you have with you and put down like the word truth. What is my truth? What is the truth I'm looking for? What's that viewpoint? Because we are going to talk about that. Affirmations, of course, are used in personal development and spiritual practices. And we're going to talk about an anatomy of an affirmation and then tools that'll help you magnify it. But first, of course, we want to get that foundation sentence, phrase, statement down already. And yours doesn't have to be mine. My words can be very different than your words. And that's where this customizing for each one of you is going to be really important. So I'm hoping that this can be more of a participatory type Magic Monday. So let me get to screen share, and it's right there. Okay. So the first one says, this is such an important sentence. The subconscious feels your words and thoughts. So your subconscious, not your conscious mind, but your subconscious, it doesn't say, the word happy and go, oh, okay, I know what that means. What it takes is that word and it feels the energy and puts a feeling, an emotion with it. So if you don't really believe that, that's exactly what the subconscious is going to put, is a feeling of doubt or a feeling or an emotion under there. So this is really not about, in this particular Magic Monday, it's not about me telling you, it's about you telling you and being really honest so you can have your truth. You can have that manifestation. So every time you're doing your own affirmation, you want to ask yourself, is that really what I feel under these words? And recognize when they don't match. So what is it that I truly feel? Or I truly think, oh, well, I'm not very good at math. Okay, well, what's the feeling under that? Oh, so your subconscious immediately says, oh, math, inadequate. The emotion is the feeling that charges. Somebody says something about math, then you have this feeling, not the thought necessarily, not the words, but you might say out loud, oh, I'm not very good at that. So you want to be really mindful of that and aware that that's the communication. So the first one is the viewpoint. Let's say you want to work on your self-talk around math. We'll use that as an example. Instead of saying, I'm not very good at that, you might want to change that sentence. Well, what would you like it to be? What is the truth around your math skills? And so there's where you start looking at it. If you say, maybe your thoughts are, you see somebody do something and you go, oh, that's bad. So you're judging it, but you would like to change that automatic habit. You would like to do those. So that's where I'm going to stop the share for a second and see if this is making sense to you guys. This idea that feeling that your subconscious feels the words and thoughts. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's go to viewpoint. Does anybody have a particular area that you want to work on, that you're wanting to create your affirmations on? It can be self-talk, it can be healing, it can be about the type of person you are, it can be, do you have a thought about that? What's your viewpoint? So you can customize something today. You guys don't have anything that you want to affirm?
I'm kind of thinking through. Well, if nobody's going to talk, I will.
That's good.
I want to kind of not live in the past. I want to live in the present.
Okay. So the thing that you're wanting to do is to be present. That's what that's your viewpoint right now. You're looking at present moment. That's all. There's all kinds of words that you can put in there.
Right.
Mindfulness, being in the moment, but that's great. What about you, Jen and Cassie? Do you have a viewpoint you want to look at today? Oh, there you go.
I have
Yes.
I have to walk around the labs too, so I can talk. So my thing is, and has been for a few years now, that I still need to learn more because I don't know enough to start helping people professionally. So I keep taking courses, I keep reading, because I don't have self-confidence that I know enough to start, and then I will learn more going,
Okay. Is there a word or that would describe what you think that is? What's that view?
Yeah, there is one word. What is it? Uncertainty. Uncertain.
You're uncertain.
Yes.
Okay. Would you be okay if I gave you another thought?
Please.
Word?
Please.
Okay. I would either use the word enough, I am enough,
Okay.
or I have skills, or I want to be of service, and this is my way. Something like that. So just reframe that a little bit.
Okay.
And looking at but it's that idea of that you need to learn more. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
But flipping that around and coming up with a word that really goes, that's the word. because there's all kinds of coined words, right? There's all kinds of coined things. You want to find your phrase, your viewpoint. So I'm just going to give that to you and you can see, play with that.
Okay.
Okay.
So first find the words that, or I can use your suggestions, not enough.
Yeah.
I
didn't say not enough.
Oh no, you said I am enough.
Thank you.
That's right.
Love
That's
you.
right. All right, great.
Good.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, so this doesn't apply to Bellarica, but if you use something like I am enough, but you really believe you're not, doesn't that cause the conflict with the subconscious?
Right. That's where the conflict is. So then what you want to do, and that's what we're going to walk through, is how do you find what's the truth under there? Maybe enough isn't the right word. So I'm going to give you an example. I was in a class and the student and I were working together and the teacher is watching, and the students did something that was outside of the body of work that we were doing. I can't remember exactly, but whatever it is, it caused me to cry. And so the instructor came over and the students all worried and everybody, and they're all talking. I'm not talking, they're talking. And they said, oh, she's full of grief. And I was like, no, that's not my word. No. I mean, I'm crying, yes, but that's not my word. So then I'm driving home after the class that day, and all of a sudden I got the word. The word was sorrow. I was filled with sorrow. And when I said that word, I did start crying, but it was a deeper, more, if you will, satisfying, energetic release. So that's why I'm suggesting different words. And you want to really customize your own. This is what you want to do is, what is the right word? Is it because I don't have value? So not enough is a nice way, maybe it's I don't feel like I have value unless I know more. You just keep digging to find out what that truth is under it. Does that help answer that, Millie?
Yes.
That was a really good clarification. Jen and Cassie, do you want to share? Do you feel like?
Yeah, I can share. It's a bit personal, but a few years ago, I had a health diagnosis that it kind of still impacts me today. I was told I had like decreased ovarian reserve, basically kind of my reproductive system is aging like a lot faster than I am. Mm-hmm. And I think I still, there's just kind of a lot of feelings that go along with that, like feeling like not vital or not like vibrant or not fertile, and just wanting to work with those.
Right. So you're looking also for that word. What's that actual word? Does that mean to me? Yeah, that's really great. So of course, I don't know you as well, Cassie, but for the rest of you, what's the first thing I'm going to say? Douse it, right? I'm going to say, keep dowsing the words, keep looking for the deeper word, find the word. And when you find it, it's going to feel like pop. And so that's what part of these affirmations are. So that's great. Thank you, Cassie. How about you, Jen? Do you want to share?
Nothing really pops. I kind of resonate with what everybody else has said. I'm just kind of stuck, but I guess, I don't know, when Cassie said vibrant, that kind of resonated with me as well. So I guess.
Something around that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, so now everybody's kind of working on that viewpoint. What is it that I really want to create an affirmation around? That's great job. All right, let's go back to our screen share. There you go. All right. So now everybody has some form of a viewpoint that you're working on. Now, the first thing is you want to look at these. These are just examples of words, but you want the words that you put into your affirmation to be incredibly positive. That's amazing. Maybe vital is the word. Cassie and Jen, maybe I feel vital. I have great vitality. That feels really nice. It makes me feel sparkly just saying it to you guys. I am blessed. So the word courage is a great word. I work with a lot of people who have experienced a lot of trauma in their life. And that is one of the things that just makes me feel so happy for them, is when they start recognizing their own healing, because it takes a lot of courage. And I say that to them. That's very courageous. How's that feel to you as you guys are listening? Because everyone actually doesn't get away from having some form of trauma in their life. It feels really, wow. I do feel like it took a lot of courage. Or maybe you might use the word, instead of courage, you might use the word brave. It's very brave. So you want to look for your positive words. You can so easily Google positive affirmation words and lists will pop up. So that'll give you an idea of, ooh, I like that word. So I'm going to move on to the next one, which is present. So I gave an example of I am going to, which is a futuristic, run daily, versus I easily run daily. So I'm going to just stop there. So just imagine, what would your positive word be with the situations that each one of you have? What would you like? What would be the positive? I'm blessed. I'm blessed with health. I find present moment inviting, inspiring, contagious. Do you see what you're looking for? Is what, and because one of the things on E on this handout is it says emotion. This is the charge you're going to give your affirmation. So the emotion is like, I feel inspired. Ooh, right? Inspired. Or I feel energetic and vital. You see what you're looking for is, what does that feel like? Because a lot of times people will say, when I'm helping them in a session, they'll go, well, if I could feel that way. I'm like, what they just expressed, which is what's in their subconscious, right? Their doubt, their feeling of lack, whatever it is. Everybody has different energies that kind of stick with them. Does that make sense to everybody? So does anybody have a positive word that you like around your situation? Do you like the word vital? It's not very sexy though, right?
So one of the things that I'm looking for is, so I could live in the present and just watch TV. I could be living in the present and not doing anything to improve, not necessarily improve, but to engage in life.
Well, the idea of present moment is that everything you do, you're with that. So if you're washing the dishes, you're just watching the sponge go around the plate, watching the water. You're not thinking about anything. You're not anyplace else. You're just with the water and the dish and the soap. If you get into a TV, you can, some different shows, it's very possible that you're able to be in the present moment. But most of the time, what happens with TV is we use it to distract us. So
I was thinking more about, the guy or the person who's like, life is over and that's all they have.
uh-huh.
And I want more.
Okay.
So that's part of the present of being engaged.
So you actually are wanting something more of a deeper
Yeah.
experience of life.
Yes.
Ooh, I have chills as I say that to you right now. You really want a sparkly experience of life. Yeah. So you see how, Millie was able to dig on that a little bit and to find, well, really, I want more than just TV. I was like, whew, beautiful, right? So you're looking for present moment. And the reason that is that in the past or in the future, the energy is a little bit more undefined. It has a lot of structure, right? We have attachments to it. But in the present moment, that's where potential is.
Mhm.
That's where you have access to whatever you're visualizing, your emotions. You can have anything in that moment. Now, are you going to be a millionaire in that moment? Yeah, you probably have other habits in your life that you might want to work on first. Does that give you an idea? You're
Yeah.
looking for the present moment. And so the phrase is, I am blessed, right? That would be a great word. Anyone who's studied with William Rand, what does he say? He says, guide me, heal me, so that I may be of greater service to others. That's a pretty clear, guide me, heal me, so that I can be of greater service to others. Very clear affirmation. You don't have any doubts about what he's seeking to do or who he's talking to, right? So you're looking for that present moment. And then I'm going to go back to the screen share. Okay, so now we're at the place action. So there is an action with, I want to lose weight. I want to have a more vital life. I desire this, whatever your viewpoint is, what you want to be thinking about is, okay, how can I put some energy into the affirmation? So in this particular one, the action, of course, is they're looking to lose weight. That's the thing. But the positive and also in the present moment is, I'm already there. I am at my ideal body weight. So the action is really that you're already there and you've already taken the movement of the energy to get there. So it's because you're in the present moment. And then this last one is, again, the emotion and the feelings. It's the charge. When you say your affirmation, your personal affirmation, the idea is that you feel tingly, you feel bubbly, you feel maybe you might not immediately think this is not true. It's not true at this moment, but it is true at this moment. And you keep going until you're, I am blessed. And you can say it with conviction, because the conviction is the energy. But in one moment, you have these doubts, and the more true, more honest you are with yourself, the more that can be shifted. So I'm going to stop there and see. Okay. So now you have your viewpoint. What's your positive word? What would describe, you've got your viewpoint, you know, everybody's got something a little different, a little tweak, a little more customized, but what's your word? What is it? What's the magic word? Ooh, magic's good. I like magic. What's the word?
I think for me it's inspired.
Mmm.
Because if I'm inspired, I will find what is needed for a particular person in that time from what I already know.
Mm-hmm. And
Does it make sense?
inspiration isn't, right, inspiration isn't in a book, right?
Yes,
Inspiration is the potential and whatever.
exactly.
Yeah, no, I have chills as you say that, Valerica.
Thank you.
Inspiration is a great energy, positive word. How about you other guys? You got a word that you want?
The ones that come to mind are kind of like divine goddess, or like, you know, mother energy, but I don't know if that's too like you know, connected with that. Something that just kind of brings in.
Well, that's good.
Those
So let's
sorts of-
dig a little bit on that.
Mhm.
So dig a little bit.
Mhm.
What does goddess energy feel like? What does mother energy feel like? What are those? What's the energy there?
I guess it's like the divine feminine, right? The
Keep going, dig a little more. What's the divine feminine energy? What's that?
no.
How about beautiful?
Hmm.
Breathtakingly beautiful. Ooh, look at that. That's her words. She's like, breathtaking. You know, that's not true, I don't think, but I like it. Right? So
I've actually written down like on a little like a post-it note on a mirror, like I'm in full bloom. I liked that one. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you're looking for those words that make you go, ooh, right? With it, when you do the affirmation, you're looking to talk to that part of you that most people don't talk to, right? They don't see it. You see it and you know it's there, but when you acknowledge it, it does bloom. So that's fantastic. Yeah, I think you're on it. Bloom, beautiful, and breathtaking. Yours are all bees. I like them. How about you, Jen and Millie? Do you have your positive word?
For me, abundantly, kind of like I'm abundantly vibrant and healthy.
Okay, can you give that a little more juju juice?
I figured you'd ask that.
I love you.
uh,
And if you guys have another word that pops in your mind, that's helpful too, because that's the idea. It's the energy. We're looking for the energy. What is abundantly vibrant? What would that look like, energy?
I don't know, infinitely.
Give me more. Give me more. Come on.
I know.
You're there. Come on. What else?
Um,
What would be abundantly vibrant? What looks of abundantly vibrant? What looks like that?
I don't know. I just see energy.
Okay. What would the energy look like?
sparkly and
Okay. Iridescent,
iridescent. Yeah.
sparkly.
Yeah.
So could you possibly have abundant, iridescent, sparkly, vital energy?
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
It
like,
does.
ooh.
Yeah.
So those, those kind of words in there. So give it a little more juice. That's what you're looking for in that positivity. How about you, Melly?
I'm having a little trouble. I really like the deeper experience in life, and so something like my life is full, satisfying.
Oh, satisfying is really a flat word, right? Satisfying. You want meaningful,
Yes.
deeper. And I'm going to use this word, sexy. Like you just wanted to have some juice in there. You want a juicy life, right?
Yes.
Right? You
No,
want
I
to
do.
put some
Yeah.
juice in there. Valerica's word, inspiration, is really perfect for her. And this is just because I know her. As each one of you, when you've come, I'm like, okay, each one of them just tweak a little bit. But the thing is what is it that you're really looking for? You're wanting meaning. You're wanting it to be a deeper experience. You want to have really yummy, great, juicy experiences, whether it's eating or watching TV or hanging out with your kitty cat or,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So I would even use the word juicy, yummy, things that make me laugh. Is that helping a little bit?
Yeah. Because it's not just, meaningful, but it's like alive. I want to feel alive.
Right. Right. Beautiful. So you got your positive word, you got a viewpoint, you got your positive words. Now, how do you bring that into the present? I feel, I am. Right? Present moment.
Yeah, I'm thinking, because initially I was thinking my life is, but that feels a little
Not as
separate.
juicy, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I am a beautiful, blooming goddess. Ooh, I'm liking that one, Cassie. She's like, you're silly. Yeah. So you want to, I am, I have, it is. How about you, Jen?
I feel.
So you're going to say, I feel.
Abundantly, sparkly, and iridescently vibrant and healthy.
Ooh,
It's a long one, but
hey, no, that's not long. That's
Yeah.
perfect. It's got a lot of juice in there.
yeah.
I love it. That's great. How about you, Cassie? Did you come up with yours?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel beautiful. I like it. Yeah.
So can I just tweak it a little bit for you?
Mm-hmm.
I am beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And then put something in there that gives it a little more charge. What would that be? This is the emotion. So I'm kind of skipping a little ahead because that's really, it's simple, it's great, it's lovely, but what is
Sorry, I do have a son now, so it's proof that the miracles happen. It's a little noise in the background.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Would you put the word breathtakingly beautiful?
Yes. Why not? Right? Why not?
Love it. Right on is right on. Right. Because, you know, what is beauty? What is beauty?
Right.
Beauty is inside and outside.
Yeah. That's why I like. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's really a great,
I like it.
that's beautiful too. Good. How about you, Valerica? What did you come up with?
I feel amazingly inspired, finding the right path to help others, or the right way to help others.
Why don't you just stop right there? I feel
Amazing.
amazing inspiration, or
Yes. So make it shorter, you mean? Easier
well,
to
I'm just saying you don't need to be
so specific.
yeah, because really you're looking for the gift of Valerica to the world, right?
Yes.
This is what you're ultimately looking for.
Mm-hmm.
That's your viewpoint.
Yes.
And you want to be inspired, because inspiration is technically coming from divine or God or whoever you believe in, but that energy is inspiring. This is where our classical, you know, music comes from. This is where the divine arts come from. This is where it all comes from, that inspiration. So go for it. That's
Yes.
awesome. That's really
Thank
good.
you.
You're very, and that adding that word amazingly or amazing inspiration, whatever, that right there was the charge. It's like, boom. So really good.
I felt it actually when it came to my mind. I was like, oh yeah, this is it.
That's perfect. Yes. So you got it. And how about you, Millie?
I'm still having some trouble. I was thinking of the word invested, but that sounds kind of
Yeah, sounds very serious.
clinical. Yes.
Serious.
Yeah.
Okay. I would be the first word. Have, am. Oh, how about my experience of life? Of course, I want to add is like Shazam. It's like, look at that. I think that was pretty good. My experience of life is Shazam. You know, it's like, is there a better word? Anybody got any other words?
I'm gonna have to think a little bit.
My experience of life.
Because I liked the juicy,
Ooh.
yummy, you know, when you were talking about that kind of,
Mhm.
you know, that kind of resonated a little bit, and I just trying to like work it
Well,
through
then
my head.
my experience of life is juicy, yummy, and blah, blah, blah. Whatever the other word is might be. There's absolutely no reason why you couldn't have that. My experience of life is juicy and yummy. We definitely have, those are great words. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they seem like very encompassing.
Yeah, you got a visceral experience of juicy and yummy,
Yep.
right? Yeah, that's exactly. That feels really good. So I would kind of stick in with that. And so let's say you have, everybody's got a pretty good working place. I use the index cards and I write my affirmation there. And then I post it in places where I'm standing still or sitting for a little bit longer. So when I'm brushing my teeth twice a day, I see my affirmation. and then I say it. So you want to think about where are you going to post this so that you don't skip a day, you don't skip a moment. You know, I'm sitting here at my desk, so it's usually sitting up here. So it's like you want to find that place where you're going to say it and do it. You're not going to say, oh yeah, that's my affirmation. And you say it 3 times. You say it to yourself. When you're brushing your teeth is a really great time because you're looking in a mirror and you're telling yourself, I am breathtakingly beautiful. And you feel silly the first couple of times, but after a while, right? My experience of life is juicy and yummy. You imagine that? And so that's the charge. All of you have gotten some really good sentences out of there. And then the bottom part of this handout just says, you can put a crystal on top of it. So you can find a crystal that feels meaningful and you can write it on. Again, here's the index card. And then you put the crystal on top of it. So it's charging all the time. So that's one. If you do grids are really great because then you can just place it in the center of the grid. Again, under that center, usually there's a center crystal. And then again, it's being charged all the time. Every time you do the grids. Chanting, and that's what I was talking about first thing in the morning. If you're brushing your teeth, you get done, you've rinsed your mouth, you've done all your stuff, and you look in the mirror and you chant it 3 times. And then during the day, when you find that thought popping up that you go, oh, I don't really want you around, thought, we're going to dissolve you, and I'm going to give you a new thought, subconscious, and it's going to look like this. Because our thoughts are just energy. And what you're doing is shifting the energy by chanting it. Reiki, for all the Reiki people that we have, you can always, put it on your index card, put it between your hands and do gaso, do the Reiki meditation. When I'm not seeing people in person right now, but I would have them write their affirmation on the card and then I would have them lay it. We'd either put it on the floor under their table or under the table or underneath them, under their pillow, whatever. You could put it under your pillow. You could put it so that you're thinking about it at night or you wake up and it's right there, always reminding you, oh yeah, I'm rewriting that. I'm erasing the old one. And then the last item on the form, it says elemental energy. So the elements are very powerful in informing affirmations. So for instance, a lot of people have heard you can set it on fire. Write the affirmation and set it on fire. What are you doing? You're taking the element of fire and you're increasing the vibration and then releasing it out into the universe because the universe already knows this stuff, right? You can do that. You can do water. You can be in your bathtub and you can say you can be chanting in your bathtub. And so you're informing the vibration of the water with this beautiful affirmation. If you want, you can go and put it into the earth. That really grounds it. And then air is the same kind of idea. You can burn it, you have the ash, and then you let literally the wind or the air take it out into expand it and use your imagination, use that visualization to say, I release this into the universe. We got this, universe. My affirmation is so. So any questions? Everybody's got a really good working affirmation. Any other thoughts? Anybody want to use a particular tool on your affirmation? Are you into any of those?
I will absolutely be in the bathtub with this. I love it. I also like putting like crystals in a bath of like salts, that,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You want to, what you want to do is when you're using crystals in your affirmation and the water, you want to be aware of how many elements, so that you do know which one really gives you what you're looking for. What's the thing that gives it the final like doop. So just paying attention to that. But that's exactly, you got it right there. You've already got your magic potion put together.
Yeah.
That's great.
And we can make affirmations for other parts in our emotional state or behavioral state or whatever doesn't work
Just
in our
looking
life,
for
right?
that viewpoint. Exactly. And from that viewpoint, usually the viewpoint is a foundational recording that's going on in the subconscious. It's usually, and so you'll be very surprised at when you get this affirmation and you start really embodying it, how so many other things will just fade away. So, but it absolutely, you can do some things that are very simple and others that are like all four of the ones that you guys have, they're very significant. They're going to have a lot of mojo in there. So very good.
Thank you, Sydney.
You're very welcome. It's lovely.
I was so looking forward to the Mondays.
I know everyone's told me, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm like, no worries, no worries. I enjoy them as much as you guys do. So good. Excellent. Anybody else? Any other questions or comments?
So
No,
how
thank you
about,
so much. That's all.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
about how long does it take to get the affirmation working?
Well, again, it's energy. So part of it is how long has the belief or that subconscious energy been there? And that's the piece. And then how invested are you? So
Okay.
it's there's not an equal, 3 days later and then this.
Right. No, I knew that, but
Right. You just, if you commit to that, then you will notice a difference. I mean, for instance, I hand out like I'm doing a talk on a workshop on forgiveness next Saturday, right? One of the things I'm going to be sharing in that is Dr. Andrew Weil. He did a research project on a particular metta. And a metta is a forgiveness practice. And the research project says if you do this particular metta for 9 days, then you will notice a shift in the energy. Now, they did a literal research project on it. That's a beautiful thought. And that's on the forgiveness. So does it mean you forgive the person 100%? No. Their phrase was, you will feel a shift. So that's the key, is if you really want this affirmation, then you can have anything you want as long as you commit to it, right? We're very powerful beings, our thoughts, our emotions. And when we put all that energy together.
yeah. And as you're talking, I'm kind of afraid of this, wanting this full and juicy, meaningful life. I'm a little bit afraid.
But I think being afraid of getting what you asked for is natural. Because what's it going to mean?
Yeah.
Change. It means I'm just as guilty, right? I have to let go of my story, of what I'm telling myself, and I have to be willing to step out into the unknown. And I'm a little bit of an adventurer, so I like that Nike thingy that says, feel the fear and do it anyway. But acknowledging that I feel fearful, but then doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Because fear is wanting things to stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I absolutely am not interested in that. For me, I want juicy and vibrant and, breathtakingly beautiful and inspiring. I want all those things and more, right? So, just being courageous enough to go for it and taking little baby steps, because you're the one driving the car.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Well, I want to thank you guys. This was a lot of fun for me. I hope it was helpful. I will definitely send the little handout. And I think next week we're having the altar one. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. So
Looking forward to that.
yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Yeah, I have pictures already. I've already got it almost written.
You put a lot of work into these, and I for one really appreciate it. And sounds like other people.
Dido.
It's a lot of fun.
Good.
And I love being able to share. And so thank you. Thank you all for your very kind words. And I look forward to doing it next week too. All right. Bye,
Thank you.
guys. Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.